Okay, Mas Rehan, without further ado, I'll hand it over to you. Please take the floor, Mas Rehan.
Okay, thank you, Mas Angga. First, let me share my PowerPoint first here, Mas Angga. Let me know if you have seen my slide on the monitor. Can you see it now, Angga? Okay, so I believe you have seen my screen here. So thanks again for all of you guys for attending the FGD for today's session. And thank you also for Mas Angga for inviting me to become the moderator for the next session. Actually, it's my second time, Mas Angga, to join this FGD. My first time was back in January when I was attending Mbak Zura session. Yeah. And thank you for my colleague from ISR for joining us. But I'm sorry if I disappoint you guys because most of the topic here is quite a basic one. Because I think the the participants for this FGD not from particularly from energy issue workers. So okay, I'll be presenting about the green jobs. It's about the harmonizing economic growth with environmental sustainability. But first, before we go to the material, so let's know each other first. You can call me Rian for short, the simple the better. I work as a program officer at ISR. ISR is a think tank that focus on producing research, focusing on energy and environmental topics. And we are using our products to advocate the issue to relevant stakeholders, such as for government or another NGO or media or academia. And in the last 1.5 years, I have been focusing on three topics in ISR, in coal transition, geothermal, and sustainable transportation issues. And green jobs is quite related to coal transition because if we are talking about transitioning coal industries, that we also need to think about the workers because the workers in mining industries that will be impacted if we implement the energy transition and green jobs to the industry. And this FGD, I am not uh, acting as a speaker. I will be acting as a moderator because our main focus will not be delivering information, but we can discuss some topics that I am going to provide, guys. So before going to the green jobs issue, I will be starting my presentation with climate crisis. Most of you should be should have been experiencing this thing here. The climate crisis is a global emergency caused by rising greenhouse gas emissions. So greenhouse gas emissions in bahasa Indonesia is gas rumah kaca. So it's leading to the extreme weather and rising sea levels. So actually at the moment, guys, the world is getting warmer and warmer due to the increasing level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So we need to change the way we live to avoid or at least minimize the climate crisis. And one of the things that I'll be going to present is green jobs because I do believe the implementation of green jobs will at least minimize the impact of climate crisis. Maybe before we start the more focused topic, so I will I can ask some of you guys, so what changes have you noticed in the environment over the past few years, and how do these changes affect your daily life? maybe a few of you can share your experience or your point of view for this topic.
Uh, Mas Rian, if nobody is raising their hand, you may choose one of them, Mas Rian.
Oh, okay. Or maybe we can start from you, Mas Angga, then.
Oh, I've been trapped.
Okay. Oh, Mas
There's Hilmi.
Mas Hilmi raising his hand.
Oh, you can see, right?
Yes, I can see now.
Okay, okay.
Yes, please, Hilmi.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Halo Mas Angga and Uncle Rian.
Yeah.
So what what have been changed in the past few years about the environment? So I think it'll be a long story, but I try to shorten it. I I studied in school near a beach in Pekalongan, and every every year there is a moment where the water is rising up, and we call it rob phenomena. I don't know what the English word for that. So when the water is rising up, we kind of uh, we get the opportunity to not go to school, and I think it's not good for the student, because the student lost the opportunity to study because of the changing environment. And how does this change have affect my life? I think um, I need to be more careful about the rising water, because I have to uh, study there. But yeah, but the rising water is really bothering me. I think that's for me from me.
Yeah, the rising water, you mean the flood, yeah? Yeah, the flood can be directly impact our life if it happens near our house. And I also can share my thought about this also, ya, Mas Angga, if it's okay for you.
Sure.
Uh, what changes in environmental issue for me? So my father-in-law, he is a farmer actually, and usually he has a timeline, yeah, a schedule to plant and harvest rice. But due to the climate crisis, I think for the last 4 or 5 years, it's quite difficult for him to determine the schedule for planting rice again, because sometimes the rainy seasons last longer than usual. Uh, and I think this kind of thing also occurs in other corners of the country, and it's impacted directly to our family because we need to buy rice now. Before we don't need to buy rice because we can use rice from our own rice farm. But this quite basic, I think. Yeah. Maybe anybody else can share their thoughts. Um, I don't know if there is nobody raise their hand. I can point someone, ya, Mas Angga, ya.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe Mbak Anin, can you share? Oh, Mas Rifat, yes. Yes, go ahead, Mas.
Okay, I guess in addition to Ryan discuss last top this topic, yeah, with the harvest.
Hmm.
So I'm working at a coffee company in Bali now. for the past 2 years, I think, because exactly the climate crisis, the climate is not very suitable for the farmer to harvest their coffee, so that it impact the price. So just only this year, several of our material, our coffee beans, is already increased like 50% only this year. Like that's quite crazy. The increase is quite crazy for a business. So I think that's it.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mas Rifat, for sharing your thoughts. We have got another one who raised their hand. Mbak Dea, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Riananda, for the great topic tonight. I noticed in my environment the past few years as I feel that the extreme weather changes. It's like in the afternoon getting so hot and in the evening it's so cold. And lately I felt not really good and I need to consume supplements, something like that. Yeah, that's my thought. Thank you.
Okay, then I think we have enough participants here for the first questions. So yeah, so after hearing some experiences from you guys, so yeah, we actually have experienced some direct impact from uh, climate change, either from the either for farmers' point of view or from flood that Hilmi have shared. So let me go to the next chapter. So in this one, I am going to explain more about the green jobs. It's one of the efforts to avoid or at least minimize the climate crisis. So according to ILO, green jobs are decent jobs that significantly contribute to preserve environmental quality. And it can come from either traditional sectors or new sectors. If we're talking about traditional sectors, we are talking about manufacturing or construction or farming or anything else that have been implemented in the last years. New sectors mean that we are optimizing renewable energy or energy efficiency that quite new for some people. To give you a more clear idea, I put some example of green jobs here. So there are so many things, so many examples of it, but I only put 5 groups in this slide. The first one is about from energy, and then transportation, energy efficiency, environmental protection, and ecotourism. But as you know, guys, there are other examples as well that I haven't put in here. So if we are talking about renewable energy, so we are talking about jobs in energy production from renewable energy, from solar, wind, and hydro and geothermal. And then for those who work in a sustainable transportation means they're working in a public transportation or electric vehicles industry or urban planning. For energy efficiency topic, so for those people who work in a building retrofitting, energy auditing. So for this part, you need to have kind of a specialty or specification thing here because because no one because you have to earn some specific knowledge to work in this industry. And then if you're talking about environmental protection, you are looking like waste management or maybe mangrove conservation and other environmental related works in green jobs. And the last one, but not least, I put an ecotourism here because it's quite new. So it's like you are working for as a tour guide or in public transportation who bring cases or bring tourists around the tourism spot. This is one of the case studies of the successful green job initiatives. Actually, it comes from my last visit to Jambi last week. So local communities in Moro Jambi Temple, they replace the old and conventional rickshaw, as you can see on the left side of the slide, to become the electric rickshaw on the right side of the slide. They change their rickshaws due to the support from the villagers and some tourists. They put some comments that the the conventional rickshaw is quite noisy and it creates bad air pollution in the area. So they earn some CSR funds from Bank Indonesia to create some electric rickshaw. At the moment, they have 52 conventional rickshaw and they have convert 9 to become the electric one. So there are still like 40-ish conventional rickshaws over there. But if you can go to the Morojambi temple, you can rent some the electric one and they are very happy to bring you guys around the temple. It's just one of the examples. So let me get back to you again. After hearing about green jobs and maybe looking at the an example in Moro Jambi Temple that I have shared before, can you guys imagine or maybe think about what type of green job that would align well with your educational background? Maybe we can share from you. Or maybe Mas Angga can start first, Mas Angga.
Uh, I don't know exactly, Mas Rian, but one thing for sure, one of the most common jobs that could be the future of green jobs that would probably align with my specialty is a driver, maybe.
Driver.
Good at driving a motorbike. So probably in the
I
future,
see.
yeah, I could be a motorbike driver like a Gojek that use electric vehicles. Yes, that's one of the things. And another thing, Mas Rian, because I
Yes.
live in a uh, region that is dominated by coal industries
Yes.
in Kalimantan, Mas Rian. So I believe that in the future, these industries will be also transformed into industries that are greener, more um, more comfortable, I think, to the environment, and so on and so forth. So probably this company will also be shifted to some um, renewable industries. They that has some that have some potential to be built in my region, because in Kalimantan, I don't know, but it needs a lot of research because but in Kalimantan, I think there's some potential in terms of hydropower because there's a lot of rivers over there. So probably my specialty in economics or social background could be also used into these industries, Mas Rian. But still, there needs a lot of research on these areas. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Mas Angga. Yeah, Mas, as you have said before, some coal industries they have been aware of this energy consumption issue, so they are start producing some branch that work aligned to the energy consumption issue. Like they are doing, they put some solar panels to electrify their office, or they use electric vehicle for for the operations. So actually, yeah, so they have been aware of this issue and they are trying to put their best to join the rhythm. Hmm, does anybody else wants to share their thoughts? If yes, Mbak Dia, yes, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Riananda. Actually, I don't really know that much about renewable energy, etc., because I'm a literature student, but I'll try to into it. And I'm so amazed that Mr. Riananda presents tonight, for example, ecotourism in Jambi Temple. That's so cool. Perhaps because I'm a literature student, I guess the type of green job is editor or content strategist for environmental organization. I guess, yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mbak Dia, for sharing your thoughts. Mas Rifat also raised his hand.
So my educational background is industrial engineer, and actually my dream job is working at DHL. I mean, I see that there's transportation sections like that Maria mentioned. So I guess that job is really suitable for an industrial engineer. Maybe designing a transportation system like DHL do now. They already have a lot of, is it electrical modes like trucks, motorcycle, a car, etc. And also, I guess where I domicile now, like in Bali, for there's a lot of NGO right in here. So I
Yeah.
guess not only like very technical job, but also like a volunteering job is also able, able to do. I mean, like the Sungai Watch, like uh, many things, the recycling, about recycling NGO, something like that. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rifat. Maybe we can hear as well from Mbak Anin. Are you still here with us?
Yes, I'm still here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, Mbak Anin.
I was about
Do you want
raising
to?
my hand first.
Okay.
Okay, but you called me. Okay, I think the kind of green job type that suit with my educational background could be um a modern farmer because
Okay.
my bachelor is from agricultural engineering. Specifically, maybe I could work in hydro engineer for agricultural, and the other job could be I don't know how to say someone that could um wait, I don't know how to say that, someone that could
What?
ensure the process of the products for organic. Auditor, sorry. The auditor specifically for the agricultural crop that could make sure uh, it is it followed the sustainable certificate and also the organic one. I think it could support the green job. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Brian, for sharing your thoughts. We also have Mas Saifullah here who raised his hand. Please, Mas, go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you for the opportunity. Well, my educational background is public health, so I think I am very popular with this topic about the environment because in the public health also they have like the main principle of the triangle of the public health. So it consists of like agent, host, and the environment. So we have to study about the environment because the environment is one of the factor that maybe um, like brings a disease or illness to the people. So I would say that in my educational background, I don't know. I think green jobs are not very popular nowadays, but maybe some of you I think some of you know about this, but I don't have any knowledge about the green jobs. But uh, I I see that green jobs have bright bright future in the future because nowadays worlds are starting to concern about the environmental issue and how to tackle the hurdle about rebalancing the environment and the industrial maybe in the industrial needs. And also I would say that maybe for my education for my educational background I can be like energy consultant because I think more like almost every company has their policy to sustain the environment surrounding their site or maybe their project. So that's why every company has to make a policy based on the environment to sustain the environment or to preserve the environment more better. It will make the environment better in the future and it will pass them to our next future generation. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to unmute my mic. Yeah, so thank you, Mas Saifullah, for sharing your thoughts. Yeah, it's quite tricky because some people who works in the creative industry, they don't have the aligned educational backgrounds actually. So sometimes the green jobs you can learn after you can learn after you finishing your bachelor degree, but some works you have to get some certification first to be able to work in the industry. Yeah, I think it's enough here for these questions. Let me, or maybe anybody else who wants to share their thoughts.
You may choose participants who haven't spoken up yet. Mas
Oh
Rian,
yeah,
please Kak Heni.
yeah, Mbak Heni raise her hand. Please, Mbak.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Okay, it's not actually this topic is not related to my educational background, but I would like to comment in your previous slide. Yeah, you have told us about types of green job. Yeah, the first one is renewable energy, if I'm not mistaken. I try to remember sustainable transportation and energy efficiency. Yeah, and environmental protection and ecotourism. But I would like to comment number 3, yeah, related to energy efficiency. I guess that this is related to our daily life, yeah, where we have to save our energy. Yeah. Like a simple thing, yeah, you just change your lamp into LED light bulbs. Why? Because it can save our energy, yeah. And when you leave your home, so it is better for you to turn off your light, yeah, before you go, because it's one of the way to save our energy, yeah. And related to environmental protection, yeah, it is good, I guess,
one of an example, relates to environmental protection is recycling. Because recycling involves collecting and processing our material, such as trash, so we can change the product, like recycling into paper, or plastic, glass, and material that can help conserve natural resources, because it can reduce pollution and minimize waste in landfills. I guess energy efficiency and environmental protection, they are close to us, and we can apply it in our daily life. But I'm afraid, sorry to say, about renewable energy. In renewable energy, like solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, and energy production, of course, it's good for us, because it can renewable. But I'm afraid with non-renewable energy, because as I know that, because I had an experience where I had a tutor, or I work a long time ago when I joined the seminar related to petroleum, petroleum industry, because in that seminar there are two types of energy, renewable energy and non-renewable energy. What I'm afraid about non-renewable energy, because it's related to oil, nuclear, natural gas, coal, it's really, sorry to say, it's really dangerous for our environment. I guess it's a kind of renewable energy. And related to sustainable transportation, of course it's good for us, like electric vehicle, biking infrastructure, and urban planning. It is good for us to support sustainable energy. And ecotourism, as you saw in your slide, about electric vehicle, or electric, I forget, electric vehicles, is it good? But I think that it's the price, if we compare with the traditional one and the modern one, it is good, and it's good for our ecotourism. But I'm afraid with the price, if they come from low economic level, so they will think twice to buy this transportation. Thank you very much. That's all from me, Mr.
Yeah, thank you, Mbak Heni, for your thoughts. Yeah, but I will give a good comment about the price here. Yes, you are right that an an electric rickshaw is more expensive than the common one. So that's why the local communities in and around the Morojambi temple, they are using the CSR funds from Bank Indonesia, because I think they like spend like 35 millions for one electric show. And it's quite expensive if they don't get the money from other companies.
From our money pocket, I'm afraid that we cannot buy this transportation, or vehicle. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but so when we are doing green jobs, when we are jobs, so we will need the help for other from other stakeholders like government or other companies like in Jambi, like Bank Indonesia or other NGO to spread the issue outside. So that's why we cannot do it successfully alone, by Henning. Uh,
You, sir.
yes, I think it's enough for this question. I will continue to another one. So after explaining the green jobs that align with your background, can you give me an example of green jobs in your hometown or around your area? And what are the opportunities and the challenges over there at your hometown? This question is maybe it is quite difficult. You need sometimes to think. Feel free, guys. Yes, Mas Rifat. Go ahead, Mas.
Hello.
Yes.
So I guess like what I mentioned before, in Bali, there's a lot of I think green job there, but mostly it's about volunteering NGO. But there's also I think the biggest one is about plastic recycling. There's a lot of NGO that recycle their plastic. My company also work with them. I think they mostly they recycle to turn it into like a table, a chair, even a what is it, a floor. They can make from plastic. They also make a there's there's an NGO, not NGO, the business uh, recycling wine cork, the wine cork turns into like a wallet. Also, and I think yeah, I think that's all. I mean, in Bali, most of them is about recycling and cleaning. If it's that related with green job.
Okay, Mas Rifat. Is it the recycling thing? Is it from local communities, NGO, or private or profitable companies, Mas? If
Uh,
I may ask.
Three of them. There's actually many. There's an NGO like Sungai Watch for cleaning. There's I forgot about the name, but the recycling, like if you know Potato Head, they also recycling their product into many things. Potato Head, they also becoming a B2B. And also there's an NGO that focusing on food in here. There's also, I mean, there's many type of it, but I think at the end of the day, most of them will. I mean, it's business, right? They will always looking for profit. I mean, if not an NGO, yeah, I think if we're talking about the business, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of more than NGO in Bali. I mean, by the end of the day, they need to survive, right, as a business.
I see. I see. So thank you, Mas Rifat, for sharing your idea. Anybody else who wants to share their thoughts? Maybe Mas Nurul Islam, are you still here? Halo, Mas Nurul Islam. This Haras, can you hear me, Mas Haras?
I also could share, Mas Ren.
Wait, Mbak Heni is raising her hand.
Oh yeah, by Heni first.
Yeah.
Okay, me again. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, I would like to comment and give my opinion about this. And now I'm living in South Sumatra, Palembang City, where it's really close to the green job, yeah. Because in my area, yeah, and my hometown, yeah, let's say there are some institution and school or like vocational school and diploma for university student. They have kinds of major like petroleum engineering, coal mining, and chemical engineering. And why they are eager to join or register in these kinds of school or university, because the opportunity, yeah, they want to have a better job, yeah. As I know that if they join in this industry, the first one is related to their salary concern, yeah. What I know that in this field or in this institution or in this area or kinds of the job, they pay high salary, yeah, in high salary. That's one of their motivation to join, yeah, in this job. And the second, because in Sumatra, yeah, one of the factor like oil mining and coal mining, yeah, it's really famous and developing enough here, yeah. And we are rich enough with this industry, but and also the challenging, yeah. Once you enter in this job, yeah, maybe there are some obstacle and risky if you don't protect yourself with APD, personal protective, yeah, equipment, yeah. You have to make sure that you have to complete your body with APD or personal PPD, personal protective equipment, yeah. And when you enter to this job, never forget uh, to to apply or to follow the rules, yeah. and and the second one, I guess, the challenge, yeah, the challenging, it's coming from surrounding community. Why? Because mostly if they are from local community, they expect with this job, yeah, because the first one, because of the payment. And sometimes, yeah, the company, when they build the company, they got a protest from surrounding community, yeah. Maybe it's hard for them to build the company if they don't hire from the local community. That's all from me, sir. This is based on my experience. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mbak Hani. So actually, Mbak Hani sharing about the challenges, ya, Mbak. The challenges of the green jobs in Sumatra, because most of young people over there, they want to work in fossil fuel industries because of the high salary, ya, Mbak Hani.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Mbak. From my experience from visiting South Sumatra, ya, Palembang and Lahat. Yeah, there are so many coal mining industries and palm industries, yeah, over there, but over there.
They are rich, this, yeah.
There's that.
Okay, go on.
Yes. So yeah, so young people in Sumatra, they are living and witnessing the industries around their hometown. So it's quite challenging for them to know about green jobs, I think. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mbak Heni. We also have Mbak Dea. Do you want to share your thoughts, Mbak Dea?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ryananda, for the change. Actually, I have never seen the kind of job, specifically green job, in my area or hometown, but I have some of experience about that. It's the same with Mas Rifat said before, if I'm not mistaken. It's organization from Faculty of Engineering in my university, and the kind of activity is collecting and sorting the rubbish in Ciliwung River. That's a great experience, and the challenging is coming from the human resources. Sometimes some of people, I guess, they don't know the program. Yeah, it's based on my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dea. We also have Mbak Arifa here. Do you want to share your thoughts, Mbak?
Okay, thank you so much for the time. So
Yes.
actually, I'm coming from animal science background, but also I was coming from like the small region or city. We facing the problem that as for the example, as a farmer, maybe as a green job, right? They do have trouble with the resource, especially for the tools that they will use for agriculture. And then also they have a struggle to sell the products because they have limited access to the town or even in the big city. They only have like a small businesses which are also limited by the resource, for the example, like money. And if you want to expand the farm or even the business, you're going to be need more a lot resources, which are tend to be like have by the people that living in the city or even like the investor or the people that coming from outside of our region. So I think that there's also opportunities and challenge in the both side, but I think, well, in my hometown we do have struggle with that, and also um, we don't have any access to reach the bigger markets. Thank you.
That's a good point from the Arifa. Yeah, so we also need access to promote the green jobs and also to share our products because it will be nothing if we can produce some products from green jobs, but we don't have some buyers for us. Yeah, thank you, Mbak Arifa. That's a good point. And that we have Mas Haras.
Okay,
Please, Mas.
thanks for the chance, Mr. Ryan. In my area, there's a guy, and his groups. He is doing cultivation of mangroves, and I have joined them. So yeah, I think that's the green job that I could think about in my area. And he has done a lot of mangrove trees over at the beach near coast of what coast is that? I don't remember, and I don't know, but yeah, now the places that are used to be just normal beaches, he filled with the mangrove trees. And he said that why did he did why did he start the cultivation? Because of he saw like slowly the land starting to get abrasion, so he wants to save the land. That's all.
Thank you, uh, Mas Haras, for sharing your thoughts. Uh, yes, we also have someone else to raise his hand. Mas Saifullah, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. Well, for me, because I think I've never engaged with the environmental organization or like movement from the environmental experts. So I just give my thoughts on my perspective on this issue. Well, I couldn't agree more with what Miss Arifa said about like the equipment and tools for the farmers to do like the agriculture and so on. So I think we forget about one thing that maybe we should focus on like the maybe our government like focus on this issue because we've seen that many alteration from the mining and low tech and then I think this signs that our government has no focus on maybe on creating more better environment for the future and for the people. So I would say that the government should accommodate like the green jobs and try to encourage more policies based on the environmental issues so we can create more a safer environment for everyone in this country. And also regarding the jobs or the opportunities, so if the government opens the way or like the, I think the jobs will come to the will come to the will come to the like the will come to the public. Uh, I, for it as far as I know, I think there are like several institution or like higher education which provide I think energy subjects or maybe energy course like the institute like in ITB or several vocational or diploma. So but I think we just can count on like by my hand or by your hand. Like I think it's just a small number. So I don't think that this green job are very popular or maybe are very essential to the country because our country lack I think our country lacks a focus on this issue and how to overcome these environmental issues in the future. So we I think we don't have any brighter future for the environment, but also I also hope that this issue has to be overcome or overcome by every individual in this country. So even though our government doesn't think that this issue is very crucial or is very essential for them to be tackled, but we have to change our habit, like our daily activities, to start to use like green friendly products and try to save our electric consumption in our homes. So if we can create more like we can create a safer environment for the future based on our activities or maybe based on what we can do in this day. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Saifullah. So there are uh, some interesting thoughts here from Mas Saifullah. So first one is government, they don't put any special effort to improve the green jobs in their policy, since actually in energy sector they are still pursuing to optimize the fossil fuel related, or maybe you have heard term like hilirisasi nickel or hilirisasi mineral from the coal company. So yes, so you are right, Mas Saifullah. So green jobs haven't been the popular issue for the government. And the second one is uh, is so I also agree with your point of view. So instead of we are working in the green jobs area, we can minimize the carbon emission due to daily activities like uh, energy efficiency, right? Energy efficiency, or we are using, so we are turning off some lamps that are not being used, or maybe we can change our fuel from when you are using your car or your bike, we can use fuel with higher octane. But if you are familiar with this term, guys, So actually, fuel like Pertamax or Pertalite or Pertalite, it's not quite good for air pollution. We need to use Euro 4 fuel like Pertamax Turbo, but it's quite expensive for us. So some desert people can use this one. I use caution instead. So yeah, thank you again, Mas Saifullah, for your point of view. It's a good one. Is anybody else want to share their thought? Maybe one more person, and we can move to another questions. Hmm.
Can I, Mas?
Oh, Mas Angga, yeah, please.
Yeah, just my experience from coal-dominated region in Kalimantan, uh, especially from the local perspectives, because you know, mining companies, mining sector jobs are still really popular jobs that exist in my areas. So many people, especially young people, are still dreaming of working in this sector, Mas Rian. It's also supported by the government and also um, educational institutions where mining uh, major. Uh, it seems to me that it's quite popular. Like young people have still um, big ideas of working in mining companies because they could get higher salaries compared to most of the jobs provided in the areas. So yeah, it's still a big challenge and still needs a long time to change the perspective of local community. But yeah, I believe that it also comes from the government who uh, provide provides the rooms to fill the gaps of building more renewable energies because actually in Kalimantan and in general there are still I could say untapped potential of renewable energies like in East Kalimantan solar panels are also some of the potentials in other provinces like South Kalimantan. I heard that there's also hydropower because there's a lot of rivers over there that has a lot of strong streams. And yeah, it could still require research there done in the areas. But yeah, I believe that there's more sustainable and renewable energies that could provide greener jobs in the areas if the government has strong commitments to do so. So yeah, that's what I uh, think, Mr. Karian, Mas Rian, about this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Angga, for sharing your thoughts. We also have, uh, is it Mas or Mbak ya? Kewer. Yes, please.
Uh, Thank you. Uh, is Mr. Angga from Borneo as well?
Oh yeah, where are you from? Where are you from?
I was born and raised in East Borneo, so I'm going to talk from my perspective because I grew up here.
Oh,
Uh,
which region?
I'm currently living in Balikpapan.
I see. Okay, same.
Uh-huh. Okay, I see. Great to know. Mr. Reananda, I totally echo with Mr. Ranga talking about the potentials in Borneo Island and how people here are, I think everyone knows that Sumatra and Kalimantan are well known for their oil palm industries and the oil gas hubs, I think, are really huge here. That's being said, that the heart of this particular islands are those industries that contribute to a lot of gas emissions and environmental issues that I believe you knew this better. Um, and if I said this, please don't get me wrong and please don't attack me because I work in oil pump company. I'm not saying this because I want to promote my company, but one of the things that we already implement is that we already use the B40 fuels. I think you knew that more. I think this regulation or policymaker regarding the environmental issues already push hard on us on the ages that we need to change or shift some of our resources to the greener resources like the biodiesel's and so on and so forth. I think it's a step in the right direction. I believe in though deforestation is something else that we need to talk about other being, other than the other solutions. A lot of companies here are still very hesitant about switching to the biofuels. But I think we're ahead of the game. I think we're gonna make it soon or later. It's not absolutely perfect, but it definitely cuts emission. As I think before it's 40% of biofuels and 60% of I'm not really sure about what is the 60% off. Probably Pertalite mixed with Pertamax, but I'm not sure about that. It's never been a smooth sailing, Mr. Ananda. In my company as well, we need to make sure that the biofuels that we use are compatible with the engines that we're using. Some of the engines are actually having a lot of problems. If we're seeing from uh the company's points of view, I think it's really difficult to shift is because that particular transition doesn't bring much the competitive incentives, no, not incentive, revenues to the companies, rather than using the conventional resources. And as I told you that Balikpapan is still an oil and gas city at heart, I think there are a few, I think I want to add one of the example from Mr. Anga that where I was born in Muara we actually had uh, plant that use uh, natural gas, which are already huge and cover several areas there. I think if we focus more on producing that, I think it's going to be better rather than using the calls and so on. I think it's quite difficult, but I think we're heading to it. The challenge is that how we are the employees or the employers in the company here in Balikpapan or in Borneo are wanting to shift uh, the idea of using the green resources themselves, even though I think they already invite or even hire environmental consultants, and even they have their own department of sustainability that implements several programs. I think is still ongoing, and I don't see the huge impact towards it. I think that's my points of view, what I can share towards the example of my own company and what happened here in my surroundings. I'm ready to buy the bullets anyway. Thank you.
So thank you, Mas Kewel, for your thoughts. So many Balikpapan people around here. Yeah. So I also spent my 2 years over there, Mas. Mas, do you know Patra Dharma Junior High School? I I spent 2 years over there in Balikpapan. So yeah, but so yeah, I do understand. As you say, Balikpapan is a oil and gas city at the heart. And thank you as well for describing that your company using B40 for your vehicle. So B40 is 40% from plant fuels and 60% from solar. So we use them for the diesel machine here for the cars. So I do believe you are using that for the truck, I think, yeah, for the truck or for the freight purpose for your company. Uh, okay, guys, I think we have enough for these questions. Let me move on. So yeah, when we are talking about green jobs, there are multiple reasons that brought into it. So let me take again an example from Moro Jambi Temple. Yeah. So people over there, they change their rickshaw into the electric one due to three reasons. First one is the economic. So they are not using fossil fuel anymore. So So they charge their vehicle for 6 hours, and then they can use it for a day. So for doing that, they can make more money. And then the second one is for from the social perspective. So they are using their rickshaw in a temple area. So some monks, Buddhism monks, they are going to the temple to do the pilgrimage. And then because they are going there for religion purpose, so they need some quiet environment, and they put some comments into the comments there that confessional rickshaw creates some noise over there, so they use the electric one to minimize the noise. And the third one is from environmental point of view. Some tourists also give comments that the air inside the temple is not quite good, even though the temple is located in the middle of jungle. Yeah. So they are also shifting their rickshaw into the electric one so it can minimize the air pollution in the temple area. So actually, green jobs can start from various reasons, and in this example, they are starts from three reasons: economic, social, and environment. And then may I ask you, among those reasons, economic, social, and environment, which one do you consider the most influential in driving the transition to green jobs in your hometown or in your area? Uh, some people have shared their thoughts and some opportunities about green jobs in their hometown. Maybe you can share any more. Uh, Maybe I will call some people who haven't shared their thought. Yeah. We have Mbak Taya here. Mbak Taya, are you here? Oh, sunshine. Yes. Please, Mas, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. So I prefer saying that it should be economic, okay, and it could be also environment. There is this one story. I just visited a place. It's in Purbalingga, if I'm not mistaken. It was a place where the people craft, how does this, like brick? Yeah, they make brick from the sediments taken from the lake. How is this, like Waduk Merica? Okay. Um, but the problem is that when we want to decrease the potential of ecological disasters due to the mounting sediments inside the lake, okay, we need to we need to provide some advices, solicitation, educations to the people in the upstream to how to say to change their mindsets to not plant potatoes, because potatoes like somehow bring so much impact on on the how to say like abrasi and also erosis of the land, right? But again, until when, if I'm not mistaken, like it happened 3 months ago, there is this one, how to say like landslide, but this one landslide is so much damaging and it extended longer than ever before. So everyone is like, so from this tragedy, it knocks everyone awareness and everyone start changing their mindsets to become more environmentalists and to become more open-minded in receiving some advices that can somehow protect the forest. So I could say the economics would be also quite relevant in a way, because like the sediments taken from the Waduk Merica somehow can reduce the, how is this, like the operational costs for those people who make bricks, because usually it takes too much money for them, because they need to buy the tanah merah that is not cheap, as well as because they need to provide the transport and so on. And while by relying on the sediments, they can almost cover all the raw materials they need to build the brick. So to create the brick. So I can say that from economic and environments, I think it can be enough catalyst for people to change their mindsets, because until then, they will be quite reluctant, because it's not quite easy to change the mindsets of people living in rural areas, because they do not properly see education as a matter, and that's why it's quite challenging to change. I'm like to convey something intangible, like not reachable by the mindsets, unless with the true trial and errors, with the true effectiveness, with like evidence based sharing, something like that. So yeah, all in all, I say that it should be a kind of an environment that becomes the very driver for everyone's transitions to not only green jobs but also green understanding as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Sunshine, for sharing your thoughts. Yeah, I somehow agree that economics should be a main driver for people to do the transition to green jobs in the community. Maybe anybody else want to share their thoughts? I might ask Mas Hilmi. Are you still here, Mas?
Yes, I'm still
Oh, Mas, I cannot hear your voice properly.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can
Hello?
hear you. Yeah. Yeah, Mas
Okay.
Hilmi, go ahead.
So it's still the same question in the screen, yeah?
Yeah, Mas, that's the question.
Okay. Mm, I don't think there is any green job in my area or hometown. So like I said before, I live in Batam, where uh, there is a new coal-fired power
Yes.
plant that recently established in 2012, 2022, and maybe around 3 years ago. So it's not about transitioning to a green job, but uh, the people in here in my hometown is really helped by the appearance of the coal-fired power plant. For example, uh, when the time of during the construction of the coal-fired power plant, I see a lot of workforce around the construction, and I think that that's drive the economic growth around the area. I mean, like just around the area, but not in the kabupaten area, but that small area, only in that small area. So if you ask me which do you consider the most influential in
Mas Hilmi, I'm sorry, I cannot hear your voice again.
the transition think
Mas Hilmi, we cannot hear you. Actually, Mas. So as Mas Keller said in the comment section, you sound like society's voices. Mas Hilmi. Oh yeah. So Mas Hilmi has left the Zoom. So I think it's a connection issue. Yeah. Maybe anybody else wants to share their thoughts about these questions.
Me?
Oh, do you want to? Okay, please go ahead, Mas Angga.
Yes. Thank you, Bro Ryan. Yeah, I do agree with what has been said by Mr. Sani before, particularly in my areas, and I think it's in Indonesia also in general, in which economic reason should be the main driver, I think, in um, transitioning away from fossil fuels to more sustainable environments, which are promised by green jobs. Considering the high unemployment rate as well, Mas Ryan, in Indonesia, where people are still struggling to find a job in in most of the places in Indonesia. So I think by using an economic term as a reason to provide like wealth and jobs, particularly, I think people, more and more people will also support this in their areas, especially when newer and greener jobs are coming there. I think that will be essential, Mas Rian, considering the high unemployment rate. In addition, I think another reason could be, which is also crucial in my areas, is environment reason, Mas Rian, because as a coal-dominated regions, our areas, in some areas and regions, there are these areas are very polluted due to the coal companies that have been operating in the areas for years or decades. So the areas are quite bad, also socially and environmentally as well. So environmental reason could also be like a solution for solving multiple environmental crisis in those areas. That's from my side, Mas Rian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Angga. So yeah, from two or three audiences, we have. Oh yes, Mas Hilmi have been back.
yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my connection earlier.
Oh yeah, sure, Mas.
So
Go ahead.
I still wanted to try to answer this question. So, which do you consider the most influential in driving the transition to green jobs? I mean, I think the availability of that green job itself. So, uh, if you if you hear my story earlier about the availability of uh, a new coal-fired power plant in my hometown on it, or it create job opportunities for the local people. So if there is something like solar PV power plant construction in my area or my hometown, I believe it will open job opportunities for local people. I mean, if it's not for local, but I mean, it will be available for foreigner, but the economical effect of that job, like solar PV power plant, will be good for the local community, such as opening warung around the site, or uh, kos-kosan or something like that. And yeah, maybe it's the stranded effect of the opening of a solar PV power plant construction, which is part of the green job. Let's see.
Mas Hilmi, are you done? Or I I cannot see you. Or your connection has been problem again?
I think he's done, Mas Rian.
Okay. All right. So from you, from the audiences, yeah. So we have. Oh yeah, Mbak Eni, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Me again, give my perspective. Yeah.
Yes.
I said to you before, in my area where there are many opportunity to choose your career as a green job here when you are qualified enough. Yeah, and it affects to all factors. I guess that all factors, three factors here, it cover all, yeah, economic, social, and environment. And from economic effects, yeah, or economic factors, of course, it can make a job creation, yeah, because why green jobs, yeah, can create employment opportunity, yeah. So it is a good opportunity for them if they are qualified enough. So you can choose or enter your career to be like petroleum engineering here, chemical engineering, and coal mining. Yeah, because three majors. It's really famous in my city, yeah, Palembang. And economic factors. The second one is cost saving, as you said before. But as I know that when they want to try to open their own business here, yeah, so many businesses can adopt sustainable practice. Yeah, so it can reduce their costs, yeah, such as because it comes from energy expensive, yeah, over the long term, yeah. And the third, yeah, from economic effects, I guess that new markets and industry, because uh, the rise of green technology here, such as solar, wind, and electric vehicles, based on your previous slide, yeah. So, but what is that? The disadvantages? Maybe the price, yeah. If we consider about technology, because when they wanna buy the electric vehicles, yeah, we need to consider about the price, yeah, because when we choose modern technology or sophisticated technology, it's really expensive, yeah, related to the cost, yeah. And social effect, yeah, based on your slides before, it can improve our public health, yeah. So many green jobs here, yeah, they can open like such as related, yeah, because it's related to renewable energy and sustainable agricultures. It can help and reduce air, yeah, fresh air and water pollution, yeah. But they have to pay attention, yeah, pay attention. It can affect to water pollution, water air pollution too, yeah. If so, it's better for them to maintain and observe, yeah, the situation, yeah. And community empowerment, yeah, when they join in green jobs, yeah, of course it can involve, yeah, local engagement and can contribute to community development, especially in rural areas. Yeah, I do agree with Mr. Sunshine said before. Yeah, and number three, yeah, related to environmental effects. The first one, we can say that related to conservation of resources. Yeah, why? Because green job often focus on sustainable practice like conservation, waste reduction, and recycling. Yeah. And the second point, reduction of carbon footprint. Yeah. Why? Because green job are directly linked to reducing in your first slide, yeah, related to greenhouse gas emission. And the last, yeah, last but not least, related to biodiversity protection. Why? Because sustainable agricultures and forestry jobs, yeah, they focus on conserving ecosystem and can preventing deforestation. Yeah. Why? Because it can help and protect biodiversity and natural habits. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mbak Heni, for such a comprehensive answer. So I think, guys. Oh yeah, Mas Ilmi, please, Mas.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity again. So I'm I'm working on a report called renewable energy supply chain, and I I wrote about the job opportunities in this renewable energy supply chain. So Mas Rian, what do you think of the job opportunity in renewable energy supply chain, such as like solar PV module assembly, and like the job in battery manufacture? Is there something like specific specific ability for uh, worker to involve in that manufacture or supply chain, something like that?
Yeah, Mas. I do believe that the workers who want to join the factories, they have to get some certificate first, yeah, because it's quite technical, yeah, for the issue. And I also read some report. I cannot remember from which. I think from IRENA. They predict that the the green jobs in Indonesia will be around 1 million something in 2050. But it has, but to get this kind of number, it means that we have to get more demands from renewable energy sector, right? So let's say we get more demand to build more power from solar or maybe from wind or biomass or mm, river side river. So it will be possible to get that kind of number, Mas Hilmi. I hope my answer will be yours. Can you share the job link?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
the answer. So yeah, for advancing the discussion about this area about the job opportunities in renewable energy supply chain. I mean, it it's still hard to say that we the Indonesian people are ready for that, because this is just like Mas Rian said, this is really technical. We need more like certification for this area, and from the I see that the Ministry of Workforce hasn't really published this certification. So yeah, I hope the demand of uh, renewable energy will open more opportunity in renewable energy supply chain. And yeah, maybe the this demand will also grow the ability of our people to work in renewable energy and more green job area that more technical actually.
Yeah, thank you, Mas Hilmi. And there is a chat, Mas Hilmi, from Mas Kewer. Renewable supply chain is the project report available for everyone. I think you should answer Mas Kewer's questions here in the chat box, Mas Hilmi. So
Yeah,
we have to move on, guys, to another questions because our discussion will be done in 10:30 p.m. So I'm sorry for everyone who wants to share their thoughts again. So and then for the next one, I will be talking about the challenges and opportunities from the green jobs. As you may heard before, there are some challenges like reskilling workers because if we are talking about green jobs, that we are also need to think about existing workers who works in existing industries that will be shifted. So we have to give them some new skill. So that's why we have to give them reskilling training. The next one is government policy, investment gap. Investment gap since our government they still put more focus on other sectors, not on the green jobs, and then gender segregations. For opportunities, we have huge potential on renewable energy. There is a report from DEN, Dewan Energi Nasional, that Indonesia have a huge potential on renewable energy. Like we have like 3,000 gigawatts potential from mostly from solar resources. And then we also have the opportunities of from demographic bonus. Demographic bonus, it is quite interesting for me, so I will explain it more. Demographic bonus. So I got this chart from, I believe it's from BPS, yeah. So actually Indonesia will have 70% of its populations of productive age until 2035. And it's a big advantage for us because some developed countries like Japan or South Korea, they their productive age population will become decreasing and decreasing. So it should be a huge advantage for us. I would say for Indonesia to have a lot of productive age populations. But Indonesia government need to provide access for education and jobs, so those huge population can be optimized properly. And green jobs may need new skill, and it's more suitable for younger generations. So that's why I think demographic bonus will be good for implementing a green jobs in Indonesia. However, Uh, I think it will be an open questions. Do you think demographic bonus can be a significant advantage for the implementation of green jobs in Indonesia, guys? The questions should be intriguing. Anyone who want to share their thought about this? Maybe I will call some people who haven't shared their thought. Rifa, are you still here, Mbak Rifa? who else who haven't shown their thought? Sunshine.
Right. You call me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I
Sure.
have to.
Okay. Of course, it's if it is LOA, this should be conditional one, right? So I can say that again, it depends on the supply. Okay, we need to fix something related to the upstream. Okay, what I mean by the upstream here is the universities producing the qualified, the dependable sources of manpower. Because if I'm not mistaken, like what has been told by Mr. Ranga before, who took his education in NU, so taking public policy alone is not enough, right? When you need to divert into multidisciplinaries, for example, like even energies, environments, even economics. So there should be universities in Indonesia that have the capacity to become the umbrella, to become the hub for everything, for every disciplinary that needs that become the catalyst for the green jobs, right? So I can say it's not easy. I mean, like I don't think that our universities are ready enough with providing the needed curriculums. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the talk about energy transition is just like in the less than 2 years, right? So everything is just too much shocking, it's too much pressure, and everyone, like in Indonesia, as the emerging market, as the developing countries, like trying to catch up, and wants to left behind, and wants to also get entangled with the FOMO in the international scope. Everyone talking about just transition and wants to cleaner energy, everyone doing so, and there is nothing more than that, right? When everything is like dominated by the idea of NVG, nothing concerning anymore about environments, about educations, about landslides, about almost about anything. It's like whoosh, everything is lost, right? So I can say we need to fix first the universities as the entity that would provide enough supply, adequate flow of reliable manpowers that would be ready enough to be working excellently for the industries. Because again, the disparity, the gap between what is needed by the factories, by the corporations, just too far wide, right? Again, we need to also, in wider spectrum, we need to look back at the human index of Indonesian people, especially those in Jakarta. We need to also take a look at the macro variables like the unemployment rate, the poverty. There are a lot of things to consider until we can find the most appropriate answer, whether or not it would be significantly advantageous for Indonesia, this demographic bonus. But I think the 58% showing that demographic bonus is not a bonus, it's a disaster, I can say. I think that's for me. Thank you.
Very well said, the Sunshine. 58% ya. Is di angka keramat. Yeah. So bonus demographic bonus is not always become an advantage ya. Since if most of the young people of from Indonesia they prefer to watch TikToks instead of reading newspaper, I think. Yeah. Okay. Mas Angga, it's 11:30 now. Do you want to conclude the FGD or we can continue? Can
Yes, you can continue and conclude, Mas Rian. Yes, finish your slides.
Okay then. So I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Mas Rifat raise his hand. So
So
maybe we can hear him first.
I think it's not giving opinion, but information. Can I relate it with this green job? Can I share information about a job in my company?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
So we are looking for a CSR project officer. So mainly it will be talking about corporate social responsibility. Well, you will be working in Bali, so Bali Life. And if you want to try to apply, maybe you can contact me. I will share my email in the chat box. So if you are interested to work in a green related job, share me your CV, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, you can also share it into our group, WhatsApp group,
Oh, that's my email.
probably. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mas. Privat
Yeah.
at Expat
So I
Roasters.
think the job will be more related about how we manage our waste. So we're trying to do a zero net waste. I think this we try to not to put our waste in the landfill, but we need. So our company is trying to do upcycle now, not only recycle. We try to upcycle things from our waste. So we try to create that environmental in our company. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Oh, if you want to look at my job is expat roasters. If you are interested, salary you need to don't compare it to Jakarta, but it will be okay. Thank you.
So do we have to move to Bali, Mas Rifat, to work over there? Or?
Yes, you need to work to move to Bali.
Oh, there's
Do
a
this, work
dream.
this, and very work-life balance, yeah. Two work days.
So guys, there is a job opportunity for you. You have to move to Bali. So dreams come true, I think, for some people, yeah. To work and get some holidays at, at the same place. Thank you, Mas Rifat, for sharing the job opportunity. So actually it's 11:30 now, so I will be continuing my presentation until the end, and we will not discuss again because we have exceed the time limit actually. So besides discussing about the positive impacts of the green jobs, we also have to discuss about the negative ones. It's about job loss. So green economy may scale down some fossil-related industries, especially mining. I divide the workers in mining into two categories. First one is workers with transferable skills like management, marketing, or maybe accounting or electrician. They could be retrained to adapt and then they can work in new industries. But for workers with specific skills like heavy machinery operator or maybe geological engineer or geophysics engineer, they need reskilling to be able to work in green job industries. So I think relevant stakeholders, especially in the governments, they have to focus on these workers as well when they implement the green jobs and green economy in Indonesia. There's a conclusion. It's a simple one. Climate crisis, it serves as a wake-up call for us, urging us to address sustainable and long-term solutions to avoid the environmental risk. And again, green jobs, it becomes one of the efforts to avoid the climate crisis. However, our government needs to address it carefully as it will create challenges like jobs loss, as I have mentioned before. So that's all, guys. Thank you for joining us again. We have such a great discussion along the way, Mas Angga. And thank you again to Mas Angga for inviting me to become the moderator for today's session. So I will get back to you, the floor. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mas Rian, for chairing our discussion tonight. It was really an interesting topic, and also crucial, I guess, for us to discuss tonight, considering jobs are the things that are been looked for by many people, younger people, especially in Indonesia. Well, thank you. Thanks, Mas Rian, once again. Before we close, I have three things to convey. But first of all, let me share the screen. Okay. So it's just like a little feedback of the day. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah, because normally we do
Yes.
some like English feedback for our discussion, because this is again an English community. Well, it's more related to in pronunciation. I believe that some of you already know, but I noticed some vocabularies that I think important uh, to improve. First, it's student. I heard some people say student, but it's a student. Environment, it's not environment, but it's environment. So I put the symbol here. So that's how you read it actually, based on the symbol that I'm showing here. It's not difficult, but it's difficult. With a difficult. It's not determine, but determine. And it's not occur but occur. It's not future but future. It's not vehicle but vehicle. And there's some vocabularies over there I could share to you guys on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for your attention. And another thing is this one. Okay, this is just an act of appreciation to Mas Rian as a moderator tonight. Thank you so much, Mas Rian. I will send the certificate to you. Let's take a picture together with the certificate, everyone. Guys, you can show your face and your handsome and beautiful faces with the certificate in which Mas Rian is in it as well. Okay. Okay, Mas Saifullah, Mas Rifat, Mas Hilmi, Kak Heni, and Kak Arifa, could you share your screen? Oh, there's a lovely cat over
Cat
there.
over there. Yeah.
Okay, let's take pictures. Oh, give me a second. Kak Arifa and others, do you mind sharing your videos? Okay, thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Another one. Last one for this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. And the last one is all of us without the certificate. So I'll share the photo to our WhatsApp group. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Last one. Change your pose. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much, particularly to Mas Rian that has shared our discussion. Also, everyone for your interesting, exciting, and insightful perspectives on our specific issue tonight. And thank you so much. Before we end, let's say our jargon. When I say yesterday, you said, Mr. Sunny?
Hell Ota, when we say Hell Ota, you guys say yesterday, we say tomorrow. So I say Hell Ota, yesterday.
We say
We say
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Go to the hell. What?
Thank
Okay,
you.
Food is
thank you
dead.
so much,
Thank
everyone,
you,
and I'll
Thank you,
share
Mr.
everyone.
upload
Thank you,
the
Mr.
best
Thank
for
Angga.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Have you a nice
you.
weekend. Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Bye, everybody.